And so Yom Kippur provides a great opportunity built into the Jewish tradition that allows for the reparation of relationships with family members, friends, colleagues, and those whom we really don't know very well but judge anyway. Making judgments exacts a huge toll in human relations. We also need to be clear that we make judgments all the time because we have to. For example, we need to judge the actions of our children to help shape their character and to keep them safe. No, sweetie, that's just too much makeup for a junior high dance. You can't. This kind of judgment, that's not what I'm talking about. We need to understand the distinction between judgment and being judgmental. Now, this is not a game of semantics. Being judgmental means being overly critical in an unhelpful way. Making judgments in ways that have negative consequences are exactly what we need to learn to avoid. It's this harmful form of judgment that must be understood by us totally inside our hearts, internally, so that we can reconcile with those to whom we have caused harm. I believe it is really important to identify, perhaps more precisely, what exactly this failing is that makes God so upset about our making judgments and fills the Bible with all these threats about being judged ourselves. What is basically the harm if we judge our respective Aunt Trudys or minorities or gays or women or Muslims or the poor? What's the harm? It all comes down to a failure in empathy. In our judgment, we neglect to consider where the other is coming from, their perspective, their history, their experience. People who cannot empathize lack the ability to feel another's pain or point of view. And I cannot emphasize nearly enough the connection between casting judgments and the lack of empathy. In our lack of empathy, we fail to recognize a common humanity. We fail to understand that we are all burdened by imperfections and thus need to regard one another with more love. Or as Pema Chodron said, we must learn to open our hearts. What a concept. Opening our hearts. Think about what that possibly means. It speaks not only to a kind of gentleness, but I think it really offers a path to wisdom. Opening our hearts cannot be done until we are wise enough to understand the breadth of all that includes. By opening your hearts, you let in justice, generosity, compassion, gratitude, humility, love. I believe that it is in moving closer to wisdom that we ask, how do I judge myself? In this unpredictable and short life, how best do I use the time I am allotted? This is a deeply personal question, and by no means do I purport to offer the definitive answer. Besides, we need to judge ourselves in our own way. We must figure out for ourselves how best to use the time left to us on this precious earth. And then it will become quite clear how our judgment of others detracts from all that could be possible. It's not an easy task, but the pursuit of wisdom was never intended to be easy. If we learn to open our hearts, anyone, including those who drive us crazy, can be our teacher. So be it.